Morning, Sergey. All right, I just have the risk disclosure up here as we wait for folks to join. I'm just going to give folks a few minutes here to join, and then we'll get started here. In the meantime, if you are new to the risk disclosure, it's available. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. It's already 5 minutes after. We'll go ahead and start with the news here. Go ahead and share. Oops. So I want to share screen. We'll go to share. Okay, we're going to take a look at the economic calendar here. Before I go there, just confirming everyone can see my screen. You guys can see my screen. Please give me some notification here. Perfect. All right, thank you. All right, so quickly we'll take a look at the economic calendar. And so we're going to go down here. We're going to go ahead and filter out for just US. Okay. Okay. All right. So what? Filter. Here. United States. Apply. All right. So we have news being shared underway. Okay. So we just had GDP report. GDP came in below forecast. Okay. Initial jobless claims came above forecast. And yeah, so those are the two main ones. And then later today, we have the inventory report that's going to happen not at 10:30 Eastern, but 11 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so that's going to be important for the traders in the room. And then we have a few 2-star reports. Okay, the big ones have already hit the market. Okay, looks like I kind of perusing here. It definitely has had an impact on the equities. Okay, everything seems to be down or headed down, lower, I should say. Yeah, and then we have a couple of 2-star pending home sales, and then we have a FOM member, William, speaking here at 12:05 Eastern time. And yeah, I think that's Okay, so let's go ahead and start reviewing the charts. I'll share this, and we're going to start sharing this here. Share. Go ahead and remove this for now. Okay, let's start with the gold market. I'm going to, again, double confirm that you guys can see my screen. Of course, every time I move to the charts, let's see here. Try this one more time. Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at the gold market. The gold market looks like has reacted positively to some of the things that have been reported here this morning. We're starting to get, I guess, a little bit of a jump as a result. Okay, so let's turn some of these things off. We'll keep that there. So lower time frame. So again, we do see again price kind of reacting off of what appears to be a demand area, and the reason I say it's a demand area is I'm seeing price leave it, right? So we have a little bit of a consolidation area, we have a conviction bar, and we have price leaving it. Okay, so I'm inclined to do something like this. Okay, so this area here appears to be a demand area. Okay, now I don't know if this candle is going to close the way it's closing, but that would be obviously far better to support the idea that this is indeed a demand zone, right? We want to not have a candle close inside. Okay, we do want to see a candle wick, in this case a buying wick, that indicates that maybe this is an area of where buyers are beginning to step in. Okay, so yeah, so up until that point, we've been a bit, I would say more a bit bearish. Okay, we had a relatively strong closing candle to the downside in gold, and now we're developing a reversal candle in an area of demand. Okay, so moving to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, that we have that demand area that we were talking about. Okay, we have now a couple of candles that are closing bullish here. Okay, I want to go ahead and I guess I do need initial balance here. So so yeah, we have a couple candles closing bullish, or this is still developing. We had one candle that pretty much, well, not quite bullish, engulfing, but certainly took up more than 75% of this bearish candle in an area here, right? If I'm going to adjust this now on the 4-hour, right, I might move this down here a little bit, maybe it's a little less wider here. This looks like more like what I would like to draw based on the 4-hour. Okay, right? We have this conviction leaving this area. It came back, left the area, now it's come back again, and now it's looking like it wants to head higher. All right, so again, so it's starting to turn somewhat bullish. Obviously, we still have some room, right, in order for us to completely turn our view or change our view. We have this to have price break above 23.85 before we can truly say that the bulls have fully taken control. Otherwise, we're kind of a little bit still at the mercy of whoever these folks are. Okay. All right, moving on to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, we have the initial balance range being developed. Prices, I'm going to go ahead and I'm kind of inclined here, guys, to draw a different anchor, especially if we are breaking this area and we're creating a new pivot and we're starting to break some structure to the upside. I'd like to create a anchor down below here. So locate it. So I'd like to create an anchor down here. All right. and see if I can, allows me to track price moving higher. Okay, so we've already had a couple of areas here, right, after this move higher where it's come and reversed away from it, come down and reversed away from it. So it's already appearing to be reactive, this area here. Okay, so I'm going to keep it there. All right, and we have the regular VWAP starting to change direction from flat, slightly higher. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile here. And okay, here we are. We're going to go ahead and locate the 830 bar from Wednesday, drag that to the 430 bar. Okay, there we are. Okay, so price did not open inside value, but is quickly coming into value. Okay, so this is the 530 candle. All right, it opened below, but now is quickly moving into value. Okay, if we do get a close in here, obviously the value area acceptance will probably be exhausted here by the time this candle closes, assuming that it closes with this kind of strength. Okay. All right. So before we talk hypos, let's go ahead and open up ADR. See where we are with respect to that. Okay. So we have ADR here below us. So let's start calling out some of these levels. Okay, so we have ADR high here at what is this? 2379.3. 2379.3. And we have ADR low here, is that inside this area here at 2343. 2343. Okay. And then we have settlement price at 2374.5. Okay. We'll go ahead and turn off ADR, turn on ASR. Okay. ASR. And this might get adjusted here a little bit later, but we have over here to the left, we got ADR high, ASR high at 2371. Please. 2371.8 and ASR low at 2348. 2348.8. 2348.8. Okay. All right. Now that we got all these levels in place, we can start making a few hypos here. Okay. So a couple of things. Now, again, we've already reached settlement price and we're starting to react away from it. That could cause, I say could, provide us something that could cause price to come back. Okay. Let's see. Where's my arrow? Right here, right? So this area here could cause price to come, reverse away from it, right? Value area high could be another reversal area. It almost reached it, right? So I don't know if this is just folks taking profits from some of the trades they took potentially down here, or whether there's new sellers coming in and looking to reverse this market back lower. Okay. So we'll see. We'll have to see how this 30-minute candle closes. If it does match the close above settlement, maybe we are headed to, in this case, ASR high or up to this EMA of 233. Okay. So those are a couple of I guess bearish scenarios. Reversal off of value area, reversal off of settlement price, and reversal off of ASR. Those are three of those areas. If I'm looking more bullish, well, I have this anchored VWAP that's already provided me a couple of opportunities here to participate to the long side. Okay. Maybe there's another one here that will surface here. So anything that comes down in this area, right, could offer me an opportunity to take a longer trade formation move to the upside. Okay, so let's see, that it's about that time. So let's take a look and see if there's any questions. Okay, so no questions. Let's move on to crude oil. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move this over. We're going to go ahead and save this away and then move to the crude oil market. All right, so let's see. We'll go ahead and modify this one. We'll move this over, make this that daily chart. Okay, we're starting to move some of this stuff away. Oops. Let's go ahead and clear drawings. Okay, so daily chart, is kind of similar to what we're kind of looking at on in the gold market, although probably a little bit more of a continuation, position, right? So we have an impulse move down. Okay, we had one retracement. Okay, another followed by another move. And although we did break some structure here to the upside, it's been met with some sellers here around 80. Okay, so $80 has caused some sellers to come in to the market. All right, very strong move here. I don't know if this was news driven here on Tuesday, but we had a very strong move that broke some structure to the upside. Since then, it's been met with some sellers. Okay, so right now it's difficult to say. Is this move here merely a retracement of whoever, these two candles? Okay, we don't want price to continue too much lower, right? Because the sellers will start to begin to get confidence. Okay, to have price, to take price lower, right? Generally, you don't want to see in a move like this more than 50% of this candle being exhausted here, right? So we might be even a little bit below that at this point. Okay, so for now, I kind of reserve judgment to, I guess, maybe slightly bullish market. Okay. I do see these candles, but right now I'm kind of treating them as a retracement candles. All right. But we do have a developing bearish candle as we speak here. So moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Okay. I'm going to turn off initial balance here for a second. Okay. So coming back with this hypothesis that I was saying earlier, right? Is there just merely a retracement? Well, that's what I mean. Okay. We have a swing up here. So if I do use my retracement tool. Okay. Right now, oops, did this in reverse. If I do use my retracement tool. Okay. So we're right here at this 38.2 retracement. Okay. At 78.91. There's also 78.39, which happens to be the ADR level, right? So we have a combination of retracement at 50% here with an ADR exhaustion zone. Okay, so that could provide the impetus. Okay, could provide the requisite ingredients. Okay, for a potential reversal away from this level. Okay, right here. You come down to this level here and reverse away from it. Okay, that's kind of what I mean on the 4-hour. That kind of, follows the storyline that I gave in the daily. Okay, 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. We again are coming into the ADR to the downside. We have what we do have in the favor of the bears. Okay, is that it has reacted away, right? 30-minute chart is far more bearish than the other two time frames. Okay, have reversed away from settlement price. We're now below VWAP. Okay, and right? So heading lower. Now the question is this area down here going to offer some resistance to the move, right? But it is on the 30-minute chart looking a bit more bearish. All right, so let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Let's locate the 9 o'clock bar, drag that over to this bar here. Okay, so we've yet to have the open. Open's going to happen here in about 6 minutes, but right now it's looking like it's going to open bearish, right? So open below value, indication that bears are in control, right? And maybe we like I was saying before, maybe it heads down to this level, ADR exhaustion before it heads higher. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and open up and identify these levels here. So we have ADR high here at let's call it 80.13, 80.13. ADR low at 78.44. Okay, we got settlement, which I can't see at the moment, at 80.28. 80.28. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and call out the ASR levels, but they'll probably need to be adjusted once the session opens. Okay, officially. Okay, so ASR, we have 79.44. 79.44 at well, that should be on the low side. 80.71. 80.71. And then on the high side, we have 79.44. Okay. So as far as hypos go, we've already talked about a reversal coming off. I'm going to go ahead and turn off ASR here for a moment. I can look at ADR. Okay. So we've already talked about maybe kind of a continuation move. Okay. We have this swing lower, and then now another continuation move to the downside. Okay, off of settlement price. We're a little bit late for that, right? Looks like it is reacting. It is below VWAP, so I'm kind of inclined to maybe doing an anchored VWAP off of this, okay, area here, given the conviction. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That's anchored volume profile. Let's see. Gonna go ahead and do the fixed range volume. No, that's not what I want. Anchor VWAP. All right, so I'm going to use this conviction bar. I'm going to also use settlement price to see if this is indeed going to remain bearish. Then it's going to stay below this anchored line here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to highlight this, but it is right now below this line. Okay, if it's going to remain bearish, okay, then it should remain below this anchor VWAP, because that's the start of all this move. Okay. So let's see. Move this down here. Let's see any other hypos. So yeah, bullish at ADR, bearish off of either anchored VWAP or VWAP itself. We have the value area high, not low, I should say, here as well. Okay, so a number of factors that could lead to price heading a bit lower. It appears to be getting some reaction near this ADR level, where it looks like we are getting some buyers kind of step in here, and then in anticipation of the inventory report later this afternoon. Okay. Yeah, so right now, looking potentially bullish off of this level here. We'll need to wait to see how initial balance range comes off. and see how it reacts. If it does head down there, I expect that it will head at least down to this level before it makes any sort of decision either way. Okay. Yeah. So the normal culprits here. Initial balance is going to be an area that I'm going to focus on once it becomes available. IB edges, depending on the size of that initial balance range, will determine IB high, IB low, maybe playing off each level. Okay, decide on which side of the market I want to participate in. All right, so let's see. Settlement is not the price you wrote, I think. What is settlement for? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's 79.28. Sorry, 79.28. 79.28. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think that's it for crude oil. I'm going to go ahead and move on to. We're just getting the open here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on initial balance. We're just getting the opening, so it did indeed open below values. Remain in control, but looks like we are getting some price action that would indicate that maybe there might be something along the lines of a potential 3-bar reversal here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the equities. Okay, let's go back here and save this, and then move on to the equities market. So NQ. All right, so we have gold on one side and we have NQ on the other. So we'll go ahead and open this up here. Let me turn off. A lot of lines. Okay. Let's open up the daily here. Okay, so taking a look and seeing what the daily is trying to do. Okay, so looks like we had a gap. Looks like a gap lower here. Okay, in the Nasdaq. All right. Again, coming off. Looks like trying to react away from this area here. Okay, this area of demand might even move this a bit lower here. Something along these kind of lines seems to be more appropriate demand. Okay, given the price action. Okay, it's kind of what I'm looking at here. All right, so market, although it appears to be slowing, right, and it did give a reaction here. We haven't technically broken any significant levels to the downside. We've had this bearish engulfing candle followed by a very indecisive candle, which is a bit of a surprise. But the same thing happened here, right? We do have a gap, which could indicate that we could see some price action heading lower. Okay, so looking at it from left to right, although it is slowing, right? I do see a definitive slowdown in the markets. It's still technically, I would say, I'm going to call it neutral, right? Neutral market, right? Moving from bullish to more neutral market, because I could see that I could probably contain this move here in a box. Okay. All right. Moving to 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is coming off of this demand area that I drew on daily. Okay. We are below some of the things that we're tracking. Settlement price, we're below, in this case, anchor VWAP. I'm not sure exactly from what reference we're using the anchor VWAP. We are below that, but we are looks like we're looking to get above the standard VWAP. Okay. So looks a little bit like almost like a W pattern. Okay. I don't know if I want to draw that, but I think you guys can follow what I'm saying, right? So this is down, back up, and then back down, maybe another up move, right? Looks like a developing double bottom here. okay, in the NASDAQ, okay? 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, okay? Again, we have this reaction away from this daily demand zone. It's a pretty strong reaction. Now we are above VWAP. Again, I'm kind of inclined to the same thing I did with CL, is to create kind of an anchored VWAP there, okay? And as long as we can stay above this line, above this anchored line, because this is a definitive swing, it's an important level. I look to the left, it's an important level. So as long as it can stay above this, then we maintain more of a bullish stature here, okay? We are coming up on some levels that could cause price to reverse here, right? So we have settlement price coming up here. We have EMA coming up here. And then we have this EMA that I drew back over here. Not EMA. This anchor VWAP that I drew back in this area could offer, okay, based on this swing, right? So I have an anchor VWAP based on events. Top of swing, okay, this is kind of the target. Bottom of swing, well, this is the line that we're tracking here, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile. So let's locate that, all right? And we're going to choose Wednesday at 6:30. Drag that across here to 1:30. All right, so again, similar to what we were seeing in crude oil, market is below value, right? So that means that bears are in control, even though we have a definitive swing here that's looking like it wants to head higher. Bears, we're below value, so that is an indication of bears are being in control here. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the ADR levels. So we're at ADR. Actually, not only did it reverse, okay. I wish these things would happen more during the day. But this level here created a very nice opportunity during the London session for reversal, right? It came down to ADR and reversed away from it. But this would have been a very nice long opportunity. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and click this over here. So we'll go ADR high. So ADR high here is 18,852.75, 18,852.75. Okay, we have ADR low at 18,654.50, 18,654.50. We have settlement at 18,810.29. Okay. Oops. Settlement not spelled out all that well. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close off this ADR level and supply the initial ASR levels, but understand that the market is technically not open yet, so this will need to get adjusted. But you can see here that ASR offered a kind of a nice reversal zone. So we have 18,681, 18,681. 18,681.50. Oh no, 25. Okay, and then we have ASR high at 18,849.50. Okay, stretch this out here so all on the same line. Okay, so what are some of my hypos? Well, I see 3 areas here. 1, 2, 3. We have settlement, we have EMA, and we have an anchor VWAP that we established back over here. Okay, these are all potential areas for price to potentially reverse away from. Okay, these areas right here. All right. So that's a few bearish scenarios. Obviously, ASR could offer us another reversal in price. If my stance is more bullish, well, I missed on an opportunity. Okay, already. Okay. But if I am, then I need to look at this. I need to look at these anchored VWAPs or VWAP itself. Okay. Right. I don't suspect. I don't suspect that it's going to come back and retest this area. And if it does, that's probably more of an indication that it's more of a continuation trade to the downside than it is a bullish opportunity. Okay. Would not, as a bull, would not want to see a deep retracement. Okay. So the anchored VWAP or the standard VWAP are potential areas for an area for price to continue in its current path. Okay. So that's one bullish scenario. Again, we'll probably need to wait for the initial balance range, which will happen here in about 20 minutes. Okay. Okay. Confirm my view on things, and maybe also the initial balance itself provides me some levels where I can potentially participate. Okay. So right now, I'm kind of inclined to see if these areas come to fruition and provide me some opportunities for a reversal trade. Kind of following this swing that we have here, and see if it provides me a reversal opportunity off settlement or off this anchored VWAP. Okay, that's kind of I would say my top choice for now. Okay, is to wait for that level here, looking for reversal and banking that this is going to continue lower. Okay, all right, let's take a peek here. All right, so we got squeeze. Good morning. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the ES. We'll just go ahead and just modify this chart. We'll call it the ES chart. All right, we're going to go ahead and quickly look at the daily chart here. All right, so again, similar kind of thing that we saw in the NASDAQ, right? Now we have a little bit of a gap to the downside. Looks like we are not quite, but maybe reacting a bit off of this level here. There's obviously more significant levels, bullish levels lower, okay? But there is a smaller, kind of consolidation area here, and it's looking like it's trying to react away from it. But I do see that there is it looks like a gap open, which indicates that maybe we'd be seeing, some further price action to downside for our chart. Okay, well, 4-hour chart gave us a bullish engulfing, not quite a bullish engulfing. Let's call it a bullish piercing pattern, and followed by a 4-hour candle that is developing, kind of following and extending bullish. Okay, have not seen that of late in the last few candles. Every bullish candle has been met with sellers. This time, they've actually been able to sustain the bullish price action. Okay. So, and we have this EMA here. Okay. So that's kind of offering us some support as well. I have my anchor VWAP above us. Okay. We've already reacted away from it once here in Wednesday trading. Okay. Will it offer some resistance for Thursday? We'll see. 30-minute chart. Okay. 30-minute chart. We're going to go ahead and pull up the fixed range volume profile. We'll locate the 630 bar, drag that across here. Okay, so chances are that price will indeed open below value, right? Unless we make a serious rally here in the next 15 minutes. Looks like we are going to open below value. This area here, well, let's call out the levels first, though, before we start talking hypos. Go here, turn this on here, and we'll turn this off here for a second. Okay, and we'll go ahead and start calling out some levels. ADR high. Let's call it, what is it? 52.93. 52.93. ADR low is What is ADR low? ADR lows down here is 52.47. Okay, 52.47. 52.47 and change, I think it was. Let's see. 25. I'm going to call it 52.48. Okay, settlement is 52.84. And then I'm going to turn off ADR and turn on ASR and see what those levels are. So we have 5,300 above, 5300, and we have 52.64.25, 52.64.25. Okay, and I'll spell settlement correct. All right. So let's talk a few hypos here. So I'll turn this off, turn this back on for now. Okay, so let's talk a few hypos. Well, similar to what we were saying before, this area right here, settlement price, could offer us a reversal zone, right? It could also offer us an opportunity from its current prices all the way up to this level, right? Again, I'm kind of inclined here to draw a anchor VWAP right at this level here, okay? And see, and so as long as price can hold above, then my sentiment is higher, okay? So, and where would my target be? Well, up to settlement price. As long as price stays above this anchor up, then I have to view this as my target, which is, you know, a good ways away here, okay? So that's one bullish scenario, right? A bearish scenario would be a reversal off of settlement or this other anchor VWAP I drew from an anchor prior, okay? Or this ADR high level. These are all zones for potential reversal in price, okay? So yeah, so I have three kind of scenarios on the bearish side, and one main scenario that I guess the current trend that's taking place in ES, right? So as long as price stays above this anchor VWAP, we should see price at least get up to 52.85. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's yes, indeed, guys, don't be shy and hit the like button. We have about 30 of you here in the room. Again, encourage me to do this on a daily basis here to give you guys this kind of content. So let's close out this session with a review of YM. All right, YM. I know YM has been good to some of you, and I've always encouraged those who are kind of starting out on trading to maybe start out with the YM over some of these other instruments. Okay, certainly not the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is not a beginner instrument. Okay, all right. Let's take a look here and start with the daily. Daily is probably going to tell us a similar kind of thing. Okay, now the Dow is a little bit further along in their bearish activity. Okay, it is now inside an area of demand. Okay, and would expect that we will probably see some buyers in this area. Although we did get a gap down. Okay, I would expect that we would see some buyers. Now this area here, this EMA on the daily, also will offer us, a zone where we could expect, say, let's call it 37,600. All right. So looking at the daily, well, it looks very bearish, right? Candle after candle, right? Only thing is that the location, it's kind of reached the location where we might see some demand. All right, for our chart. So we get a little bit more visibility on these candles. Okay. So these candles seem to be petering out to the downside a little bit, right? They don't have the same strength and conviction that they had before. This looks like a little bit of an exhaustive candle to the downside, and now we're, looks like we've run out of sellers here a little bit. Okay, so looks like we're starting to form a little bit of curvature here on the bottom that would indicate that we might start to see some price heading higher. Okay. All right. So open up the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart hovering below here, below around VWAP. Okay, but still technically below it. We're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. So we're going to highlight the let's see, Wednesday 9:30. I'm going to drag that over to 4:30. Okay, just like the other markets, price is below, indicating that we have this might be a reaction to this is probably what everybody was looking for during market, and it happened after the market. All right, let's see. Yeah, so we're below value, so bears are very much in control of the market. All right. So let's go ahead and start calling out some of these levels. We have ADR high here at, what is it? 38,448. ADR low is 38,088. Settlement is 38,923. And we're going to go ahead and turn off ADR here for a second, turn on ASR. So we're well below that, but probably these levels will need to get adjusted once the session opens. So 38,479, and then we have 38,757. Okay, so so similar to what we were saying before. I'm going to go ahead and turn on ADR since we're well past ASR. So turn on ADR. Okay. So again, just identifying some levels here. I would be, looking at this area for bullish opportunities. Okay. Looking at this area for bearish opportunities. Also bearish opportunity off of settlement. Okay. If we do get above this VWAP, we could have a pretty good road up to ADR high. Okay. I'm not so inclined to draw. Well, I guess I could. Let's see. I was going to draw my anchor VWAP here for this level. All right. We are hovering just above it at the moment. All right. This is obviously a definitive low in the recent past, I guess. All right. Oops. I went ahead and deleted it. All right. So there it is. Okay. So if it does manage to stay above that and break some structure here, we would be headed for higher prices. And if we're headed for higher pricing, once we break this level and potentially this level, we have a reasonable chance to repair a lot of damage here. Okay. All the way back up to ADR high here. Okay. So that would make for a very nice opportunity. All right. Otherwise, we would be looking for some bearish opportunities. I'm not super inclined here on the bottom end to look for bearish trades. Would like to see maybe a deeper pullback. We'll also have to see what the initial balance range provides us. Maybe an initial balance high could offer us a opportunity. We also have another area here at value area high, but that is not much different than settlement price, right? So this settlement price and value area high would also be a good level for a reversal trade in the YM. All right. I think that is it about me. For me, again, don't be afraid to hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber and would like YM tends to be a little bit slower, Mike. That's why I suggest it as a kind of a starting instrument, okay, as a starting instrument. So yeah, it does move a bit slower. You're welcome, Castro. All right. Okay, guys. So again, today, be aware again for those crude oil traders. Be aware of the inventory report at a slightly different time today at 11 a.m. Okay. Trade well, trade safe, trade like trade like a pro, trade like a market trader. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see some of you in Coach Ray's channel. Others, yeah. So, Mike, I don't generally cover the Russell, but if you want me to take a peek, I will. Let's take a peek at the Russell. I've not looked much at the Russell, but we'll take a peek at it since we have some extra time. All right. So, again, all these equities all look and behave the same. Okay. I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart. Okay. So again, my anchor VWAP probably will draw down here, so in the pivot level. Okay. Looks like we're trying to get a little bit of a bounce away. I'm not sure exactly what's here to the left, but I do see a little bit of, looks like there is some demand here at this level. Okay. This is a level demand at 2030. Okay. So if I open up the 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart here. All right. So we're above that little anchor VWAP that I drew in on the 4-hour. Okay. Looks like the market wants to head higher, but let's take a look and see what the fixed range volume profile provides. Here we are, drag that across. 1330. Okay. So of the three markets, looks like Russell is the most bullish. Okay. Because the reason I say that is because it's already above value from yesterday. Okay. We're about 4 minutes away, unless there's a major turn of events. That's going to price will open above value, right? And to get price above value takes some initiative, right? So there are some buyers in the market, right? Interested in the Russell, all right? So let's see. Go ahead and turn on ADR levels. ADR levels already drawn. We're already at ADR. Okay, so we have 2056 here. We're already at ADR. Okay, so that's an indication that when we get to the ADR level, that we were probably looking at an potentially abnormal day, potentially to the upside. So we have 2056 ADR low at where's ADR low? Down here at 26. Okay, and then we have selling price 2041.6. Okay. All right. So yeah. So market looking quite bullish. We're about 3 minutes away from the open of the market. I would be interested in a reversal, I guess, continuation trade long off of value area high from yesterday. That would be a nice location. I would also look at this anchor VWAP maybe for opportunity to the upside. Okay, I'm already at a level, where I could see a reversal. What kind of causes me pause there is that we've already reached the ADR levels even before the market has opened. So that's quite bullish, and it's also an indication that we could see more price action to the upside. I also, if I'm leaning bearish, well, this area up here, 2066, could offer an opportunity to fade this move. But right now, it seems that of all the equities, Russell seems to be the strongest to the bull side. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's now it. All right. So we'll call it a session. All right. Again, reminder again that we have inventories at 11 a.m. Eastern for those crude oil traders. And other than that, trade well, trade safe, trade like a market, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. Talk to you guys soon.